station. So yeah, we are back. Apologies for that.
Seems like Delta's getting held. Jeez.
I'm just still currently loading in so we can get the visuals back.
Alright, seems like the ITF guys are struggling here to try and hold their objectives. Charlie's getting taken back by the VTRN guys. I mean, 1 versus 1 here, the TRF guys. It's Swan versus, what was this guy's name? Oh jeez, how do you say that name, No Limits? It's Outie. Never mind.
I think I'll go with the safe bet and call it Outie.
Outie? Yeah, no, it's and Urban Boris and Outie are holding Charlie, taking it back. The ITF guys, I mean, any players that are sticking out there by you guys? I mean, if I'm looking at the scoreboard, there's no one. There's one guy. It's D. Ellis. I mean, he's going 7 for 5. He's actually playing very well as a support. And if you look on the VRN guys, we've got Pando with 13 and 0. He must be in the tank, and yeah, he's absolutely destroying those tonight. As you said, that tank play, oh, devastating.
I mean, look, I mean, I must be quite honest, you know, coming from Dom, a lot more fast-paced, but, I mean, what's your thoughts on it, Greatman? I mean, I would, like I was saying before the stream cut out, I'd definitely have a squad of, let's call it maybe 2 players that are just focused primarily on flanking. I mean, you know, just see if a flag's been held now. I mean, if we go quickly now, I just want to have a look here. We got Dolphy from Veteran. I mean, he just went and flanked around and said, no one at Bravo, and he's capping the flag. I think it's so important to have 1 or 2 players just seeing if the flag is contested or not.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with you 100% there, Mad Dog. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Conquest is definitely a much slower paced game. I've got so much time to blink. I don't know if my eyes are open or closed, but you know, if I look at, like you said now, with having a team that is just dedicated, or squad that's just dedicated to flanks, I mean, you could call them the power flank team, and you have two assaults and one, say maybe one medic, and let them just do some major flanks, go on the seriously long detours and try and get those objectives that are uncontested, like you say. I mean, you could rack up the points so easily and just cause absolute chaos on the battlefield.
I mean,
sorry about that, guys.
We got a good battle going on here, Charlie.
Oh yeah, but a little bit unfair, I would say, that because the ITF guys are just seriously just camping the Charlie. I mean, it seems like the VTRN, you can see the experience of the guys is just outweighing the ITF guys just a little bit. Yeah, I mean the points are almost half of what the other team is. But the TIF guys, I must say, give it to them. They are not giving up. They keep pushing and they keep causing havoc for the VTRN guys. I mean, what do you think, No Limits? You can never call it quits, my friend.
No, I agreed with you 100% there. Look, yeah, definitely on my point of view, I mean, I wouldn't be pushing so many people onto one flag, though. I mean, definitely just put your primary guys onto a flag and then obviously eliminate the guys at hand, though. I mean, yeah, we've got a fantastic little battle happening at B, though. We've got Kutsa pushing up into the upper building now. Yeah, hopefully going, but he obviously, hopefully picking off those 2 guys in the top room. Yeah, Kutsa goes down, unfortunately. So we've got another 3v2 now over there. We've got Boris OB as well as Dolphy versus, we've got another 3rd person that's joined us. So we've got the Boogeyman, Diswace, and H-Man West.
2v2. Who's going to take it? It's interesting. Boogeyman pushing. 1v1. Is he going to create the spawn? Is he going to create the spawn? Let's see what happens here. I mean, Human West, he's not pushing. And yeah, he does actually create the spawn. And then so does Dolphy. And 3v2. Let's see what's and 3v3. And oh, what a gun battle! 2v2 again, and it seems like Human is a dedicated spawn beacon at the moment.
Oh, that's an interesting tactic, you know. I mean, you see, you're not running out on the flag, sit back, let your team spawn back in, and then re-challenge the flag.
Oof.
Oh, we got a 1v1 on Bravo now.
Boogeyman versus Dolphy. Could be interesting. Oh, snapped! Oh, jeez, that is going back to the spawn point, that's for sure.
You
Some
shall
cheeky
not
plays there
pass.
from Dolphy.
Oof, Dolphy using that, I would say, is the correct way to use the rocket gun.
I see we
Yeah,
got a
comes
tank
something-
back of Bravo. Moving on to, we got ITF moving on to B flag with the tank. This is going to be interesting. This way.
Oh, check the flank! Check the flank! Oh, and he loses that. Jeez, that is, he had the jump on him and just couldn't finish. And Dolphy's gonna lose this battle. I mean, 4v1, that's, yeah, it's a little bit unfair, but it seems like the ITF guys is taking Bravo back.
That was some fantastic play there from Dolphy. I mean, just holding down that point for so long, just allowing guy after guy after guy just to carry on spawning on them. But now, obviously, we can see just ITF just had enough and they had to take back that point. You see, this is what I'm talking about. It's so crucial. I mean, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players on one flag.
Yeah, no, I
Dolphy-
definitely agree with you there. I mean, it's a bit overcommit for that. You know, I mean,
The Oaks
you look
really need to push off.
You look at Echo flag now. I mean, that's what I was talking about the flank. You can have one team go to Echo now, just see if it's contested. You know, take the E flag and then push. ITF can push Veteran from both angles. I mean, now Veteran know they got D and Charlie, and then they can push forward and put the pressure on Bravo.
Some fantastic gameplay there from Dragon Lee, bringing in that vehicle, allowing man after man just to spawn in so they can capitalize on that B point itself. Looks like we've got Fiata as well as Combrink bringing in the tank here, contesting B at the moment. This is some fantastic gunfighting going on both teams.
You know, No Limits, it must be interesting. Have you noticed that I haven't seen the tank running with a repair crew, like 1 or 2 oaks in the tank just solidly repairing or anything like that?
Oh, look here, I mean, it's coming from the veteran side. I mean, they've definitely got their repairman on hand there. But ITF, wish you guys could watch this and learn a little bit.
Oh, 2v1 on the Bravo right here. Interesting. Oh, Swansea might take it, and he gets dropped by that
Obi.
damn again. Obi, yeah, that's a. I don't know.
We've got a fantastic little fight here on C now. We've got six ITF guys all pushing that C flag, and then we've got 5 of the guys sitting in the building just to the left there.
That's quite interesting. They're just camping that building. Charlie's getting taken as we speak. Charlie's gotten taken. They got Bravo back. It could be interesting, the ITF guys. I mean, it seems like they're pushing back a little bit, giving a bit of a fight there for the end game. Giving those veterans a bit of a run for their money.
Oh, yeah,
One player that's definitely standing out for me on the veteran side tonight has to be Dylan Stevens. Racking up that huge score now with 28-7 there. Definitely one name to be watching.
Oh, he came out of nowhere. I mean, he wasn't even in featuring, and then all of a sudden he caught a wake up. I see it's 12v12 at the moment. Did he maybe jump in a little bit later? I can't tell you. Seems like Charlie's getting held down.
Yeah, I'm just watching this Combrink here in the tank, slowly pushing forward, some pressure on here. Yes, it looks like he's got a whole waiting party here at the side.
And we all know that it's a nice little bank to rest a rocket gun on. I mean, you could use it correctly, you could do some damage to a tank. I mean, 3 assault plays, 3 rockets, that's should do a tank right then and there.
Yeah, they're going for the flank. They're going for the flank on the tank.
Oh, nice run, man. Well done. And there goes the tank. Oh no, Combrink's still alive, and then boom, that's done. And Diswas seems to be fighting for his life right now, throwing the medkits down. Boogeyman in the building, creating some support for him. This is definitely, like you say, there might be a bit of a push on Echo here. A nice little 3-man, 4-man squad on Echo. Could be interesting versus one guy. Oh, it's 3v3. There's a big fight going to happen in Echo here. And there we go.
Yeah,
2v3.
ITF have just won the fight back from Bravo, but yeah, definitely going down in Echo here. There's a 4v3 on Echo flag.
Check the flank here by Shooter
Shooter.
Shooter
Yeah,
Mac
no.
Dan.
He might
Shoot him
rack up
again.
some nice kills here. Yep, he gets the flank. He sees them. He marks them. Oh, one kill.
Oh,
Going for the
one
second.
down.
Going for the second.
And what
yes,
a
they
move.
spot him.
Shooter McDan, what a move on Echo. Echo's getting capped now. This could be interesting. Could push the guys on Delta all the way back. And see, as we talk about it, here it happens. The tank's pushing down to Echo. That's going to cause the guys to move off Delta. The guys from Bravo on ITF should move down for Delta and try and take Delta back at this time. So, I mean, No Limits, what did you think of that move? I mean, it's definitely a game changer right there.
No, definitely. I mean, that's some fantastic gameplay there from ITF, just throwing in that cheeky little flank just to regain a flag back at least. But once again, I just want to point out Veteran, Pondo there in the tank, and as well as Fruit Tree, just busy reviving or just repairing that tank constantly. I mean, like I said before the game even started, it is so crucial. I mean, this is how I saw the game. It's so crucial for a tank to be on more on the defense than offense, on this kind of game mode, and then obviously just holding down those key spawn points, as well as like the different areas and that, so that he can just oversee. So I mean, this is some fantastic gameplay here from Pondo, but I mean, I've got to give it up to the ITF boys for that fantastic cheeky little flank over there.
Oh my word, the ITF guys have held down Echo. I mean, they had flanks going, all kinds. I mean, that player there, Dival LFC, did so well. I mean, taking a trip kill there, running on guys in the corridors and the back alleys, and they still got Echo.
McDan defended really well there on the Echo flag. I mean, he had 3v1, but he still took one out with him. I mean, that's good play there.
Yeah, so it seems like all the actions moved to Echo. Now there's
big
two.
fights happening here on Charlie as well, but yeah, no, Echo's a flag to watch now. It's been over contested. I think Charlie, we should get to Charlie now. If we can.
Definitely.
Let's see what's happening there.
Oof. Swansea. Oh, Swansea getting a
he
bit
goes
too,
down. He was
a little
fighting
bit
well,
too. Yeah, just a little bit too
check the flank
proactive
around the
to
back
shoot
on
it.
Charlie. We got Reverend. He's going for the flank.
Oh.
He's going to take out them. He takes out one. He takes out Urban.
Takes out the second. He might get the second. He gets the second. Might get the third. Oh, needs to reload that gun.
Oh,
Get
yes.
going.
Too long on the reload, man.
Oh, well done, Reverend. And Reverend goes down to the Slub Slader. No, sorry, the MP118. And Charlie seems to be getting contested back. I mean, it seems like there's still a couple of blueberries here by Echo. Still trying to get the Echo back. I mean, 2 versus 3 at Echo. And then a full squad at... The guys just spawn in every moment, eh?
Oh, we got Naki with the little flank here on the side. Oh, and he takes them out. Nice.
I don't think they know he's there yet. I mean, the other support players
Oh,
there. I mean, they
yes,
might see him now. Oof, and there he goes.
Yeah.
Must have been taken out by Reebok. So now we had Charlie again. The O's are pushing Charlie, trying to catch it back. Very close game. Seems like it might go to the VTRN guys, and that might be me out of a pocket. Damn.
Yes, that's it. Loving it.
Well done to VTRN guys. I mean, Panda standing out very well in the tank. I mean, he's got an absolute perfect round. 26-0, and he can thank his support players for that. Definitely. What do you think about that, No Limits?
Well, I called it, some fantastic defense play there from Pondo tonight. I mean, just holding down that C point and just that B point just as a main distraction. A little bit upset that ITF didn't contest that tank majority of the game in that though. I mean, they wouldn't have done much damage. I mean, you had old Fruit Tree there behind there, busy continuously repairing that tank there. But I mean, with the good push that would have came from the ITF guys, they could have eliminated that tank though. But well done to the veteran boys. Fantastic gameplay for them. They spread themselves evenly across the map and had the right points to contest at all times.
Mad Dog, I mean, anyone standing on the ITF guys for you?
Look, you know, the scores are pretty balanced, but yeah, I must say, you know, all round general good team play there. You know, I must say from both sides, the players that were standing out there. I mean, the Desace or I mean, how would you say that? No Limits, Desace.
Deswace.
Swice.
Diswace, I mean, he had a good
Diswace.
game. I mean, he pushed out well. And then, yeah, I have to agree with No Limits that Dylan Stevens just having a phenomenal game there.
Oof, 36 and 9. I mean, that's a good score on a conquest map. Hell of a score.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, they
What,
who were the tankers for that game, by the way?
Well, from the
Pando
ITF
and
boys, Pondo from the veteran boys, and then Combrunk from the ITF guys. But now this
here's
is going
a
to be
map with this.
certainly interesting as there's no tanks on this map.
Oh, definitely. Keep your eyes on that.
Full on veteran play, yeah.
Gonna have some fantastic infantry battles here.
Oof, definitely. I mean, let's keep an eye on that Diswace and Dylan Stevenson's. I mean, those are two players we've been pointing out from the first map. So maybe they can pull through another star performance.
Mad Dog, tell us, how would you see yourself playing this map if you were involved in this battle right now?
Okay, well, first of all, I just want to find out, is this still the same? Is this going to be a challenge between B, C, and D only? And then E and A are going to just be left alone?
That's
Stu,
correct.
Can you confirm that? Okay, yeah, so that is. Well, look, we all know, yeah, the fight's going to be on the Charlie flag to do that, but I would definitely say, you know, you've got to use your angles to full effect on this map. I would definitely have a team that hold the flag and then just teams that push both sides. I mean, you know, you got around the house on Charlie on the right hand side, and then you got the alleyway up the back left of Charlie. I would definitely have dedicated flanking teams and a holding team, because if you can get around either flank and then come around and put pressure on them, I think that's going to be the difference here.
I just want to ask, and I've just been maybe me being silly, but what happens, just for the viewers, what happens if Echo or Alpha gets capped by mistake? What will happen?
If you give me a minute, then I can just confirm that with you.
Yeah, that is actually an interesting fact. I think they know it's quite unlikely that it will happen. I mean, we're 5 weeks in now. I'm sure everyone knows, leave those flags alone. But, you know, it'd be interesting to see if they have a new recruit and he makes a rookie mistake like that.
I mean, it happened to everyone. I mean, it can happen right now as we speak. So it'd be interesting to see what's the procedure behind it. Does the map get cancelled? Do they forfeit the map, the people that cap it? You know, and that type of thing could actually change a whole game completely, like jumping in the wrong tank or using the wrong class.
No, I think maybe it would be just coming down to, you know, both captains agreeing, saying, okay, maybe if it's early enough in the game, I'd assume maybe they would just restart the game. But, yeah, it would certainly be a costly mistake.
Oh, definitely. And you know, some of those objectives you have to run past to get to the next one. So it could, I mean, you've got enough guys running past, the one caps on the other one, and yeah, it could happen. Definitely could happen. Anything's possible in the new Battlefield. Stu, are we going on the third minute there again?
The fourth minute.
Fourth minute. Alright, viewers, while we wait for those minutes, I mean, Mad Dog, I feel like I'm getting it wrong again, but I feel the ITF guys got a bit of fight in them. They didn't go down without a fight, so maybe we can push this one round back. I mean, I know definitely the tank on the previous map from the VTRN guys was just honestly devastating for my ITF guys. So maybe now we have a chance to try and actually just ship up and fight back.
Yeah, look, I mean, one thing I will say is it's certainly, I'd say, a pretty close fight. I mean, no teams are completely dominating the game, but no, I wouldn't write ITF off just yet. You know, I think that,
yeah, definitely,
especially this being an infantry map. You know, maybe they're more an infantry-focused squad, and then veteran might just have their hands full. Yeah. It'll be interesting, I think, for all the viewers watching and all the viewers that are going to watch post-stream. I think it'll be awesome to see a game that goes... Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I thought my headset died there. I think it'll be awesome for the viewers, post and present, you know, to see an actual game go through from a draw to the third game. I mean, I'm sure everyone will enjoy that. I know I certainly would commentating.
Just going over the rules quickly. Sorry, man. Just going over the rules quickly. I could not see anything basically restricting A and E, but I can see that on each map counter that they have crossed it out restricting it. I think this is just for balancing, you know, so that the ticket count doesn't become too aggressive.
Ridiculous.
Let's just put it that way, and obviously shut down the other team immediately from the game.
Yeah, I agree,
sure.
because there are some maps that the opposing, you know, when they spawn in, the flags are a little bit further, so it causes you to, you know, be on the negative before you even get to the first objective. And seems like we're getting a restart, yeah.
Seems like the match is going to begin.
Oh, we have a
Could
server
be.
restart.
Yeah, we have a server restart, so that's weird. It was on 4 minutes. The guys all spawned in, but I think, Stuart, if I'm not mistaken, the ITF guys had already spawned in, and none of them
Captured a point, no.
No, but the thing is, if you remove yourself from the map, say redeploy, you lose a ticket. So
Yes.
that's why I think they restarted the map. Because you have to start all together on the same time, and I feel that the ITF guys had jumped the gun a little bit there and had already respawned. So I think, in all fairness, they just decided to restart the game, and yeah, we should be starting on the countdown, I hope.
If I'm not mistaken, they should be starting either at go or at 1 minute.
Okay.
Because the countdown is 1 minute, so I'm not 100% sure
On
at
the
this one.
go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to start at 1 minute though.
Yeah, if I look at the
Probably
teams,
in.
they're all sorted out. So yeah, we should go on 0.
Just an interesting thing, just to point out before we start. I see the squads here. On the Italian team, we got 4-4-4, and then on the German Empire, we got 4-4-2. There's 2 players not assigned to a squad.
There is a couple of players sitting in those squads. Sways and Reverend 25 are not currently in a squad.
When they're making their own squad. No, I think they just realized that now, and they're jumping onto the other squad. I think the captain's just having a bit of a word there, catching those a wake up. And it seems like we might be starting on the minute.
1 minute, yeah.
Yeah. Guys are still sorting out. Okay, there we are. Yeah, it would be silly to not have those guys assigned to a squad, because it's straight away not a spawn point there.
Well, you know, it could also be interesting, because if they're in their own squads, and then let's just say 2 or 3 players from one, or 2 players from each squad go down, just to swap out and go into the next squad while they're waiting to spawn in. And then that way, maybe just keep on the flank. Would be interesting.
So it seems like a bit of a connection issue here, because the guys keep dropping here on the ITF guy, VRNT.
Maybe
Jeez,
some
I got that
in
wrong.
there, or heavy weather.
Jeez. VRNT, that doesn't even exist. It's a VTRN. Yeah, guys are struggling a little bit here to get their guys on the field. Yeah, we got a bit of connection issues on the VRNT guys.
Yeah, looks like they're all just waiting, yeah? I think they're the player no, he hasn't joined yet. I think both captains are just waiting till they get the full 12v12.
I mean, it must be difficult. I mean, you've got so many. I can understand how hard it must be to try and organize a proper, say, 64 conquest map. I mean, to try and get all your guys, like what's it, 32 players aside, try and get them all ready, all organized. On 9 o'clock we start. Oh my goodness me, what admin that must be.
Oh, well, look, we're going to be facing that same challenge when we go into Season 2 next season. Season 2 next season.
Yeah, but it won't be like, 32 O's to try and control, you know what I mean? Like those super tournaments that you get, like 32 versus 32, where you got each captain and each squad is a general, and all that next level kind of stuff. It seems like we might start on 3 minutes.
Yes, unfortunately, the spawn points, because they are set before the match, the teams have to be on either side. So you'll see that the Americans are on the left and the German Empire's on the right. So it all depends on which spawn point the teams have picked to spawn at.
Oh, so it gives the one a more an advantage on the other one. Is that got something to do with it there?
Pretty much, because there are some parts of this map that the first capture point is a lot closer to your spawn point.
Ah, okay.
So
So it's a bit like cricket. So, you know, the first guy gets to check what the pitch is like and decides to bat a ball.
yes,
Oh, yeah. And there we off.
there you go.
It
Oh, right.
seems like...
That's going to be awesome.
I'm so excited. Words are not even flowing right now. And we'll start off slowly because, you know, it takes a while for guys to get to the objectives. And I see that the VTRN guys have split up in 2 squads. I mean, that's actually quite clever. It seems like
Sorry about that, guys. For some reason, I just got
flag
clicked.
when there's one person on it, though. I mean, obviously that little cheeky flag coming in from the veteran Oaks, where they had about 4 or 5 Oaks moving onto the B point, obviously capping their point very quickly, allowing themselves to move off, and obviously leaving 1 or 2 players there just to fend off that flag, though. And they've got the rest of the team contending, obviously, the mid-map there.
definitely. I swear
But
the
this comes
ITF
back
guys
to
are
the
listening
beginning
to
of the
you.
game, where I just said, you know, it's gonna the team that uses the flank well and fights from 2 angles is gonna be the team that takes it. I mean, look, they're going for the triple cap now. They took the B flag, and then all of a sudden 4 players moved back on to help go and contest the Charlie. That's interesting, you know. They're gonna catch the guys just outside of Bravo.
Duel with the anti-tank.
If you're watching here, let's just try and get some gameplay footage of, let's just say, Pondo moving onto the back of Bravo.
I mean, I just saw great use of the artillery gun by Duel.
Pondo
He was
with the knife kill. Sorry,
definitely holding it down.
Oh no, both teams are playing well.
Das Ziel darf nicht fallen. Verteidigt
they're
es.
playing well.
Yeah, it seems like the ITF guys are just struggling to get off the start. All of them pushing down on the right-hand side of Alpha. And it's a bit of a long run. And in that time you can get capped quite a bit. Delta getting taken back. Nice little move there. Now we've got 2 ends of the map taken by the ITF guys. Let's see what they can do to use this to their advantage. Definitely need to get a guy on the flank there towards Charlie.
Oh, you know, veteran pushing hard here, getting Bravo and Charlie. They're holding back the guys off the spawn point on Bravo really well. And now pushing back onto the Delta flag. 2 guys going for the flank, 2 guys busy contesting. Chewy, let's get some footage there for the viewers. The back flank there. I see Dragony is going there. He goes down. But, oh, heavy aggressive push now. It is a 5v1 on Delta, 5v3 on Delta. I think this is going to be the flag where it's all going to happen.
Gents, I just wanted to ask, the crossbow, is that banned?
Yes.
Well, I just saw on the kill feed right now someone going down with the crossbow. So that could be interesting. I don't know if I can't remember the player that had it. I mean, maybe one of us must just go through the guys.
Well, it's definitely going to be one of the support players. But let me just double check on the rules there, and I can confirm that with you.
Because that is it. Oh, here we go. It's up on Kotsier 74, and he seems to be having that kit with him right now.
No, fortunately, crossbows are not banned.
Crossbows, they're not banned, they're allowed.
Yeah, I think
they're allowed,
domination there, Greatman, but...
that's why. You see, sorry, bringing my old Dom stuff to this new game. My bad.
Yeah, just try and get with it, okay, Greatman, please. Just for our viewers' sake.
Definitely a noob error there.
But yes, yeah, I mean, you can see veteran, they definitely have a game plan on this map. I mean, I must say, so far, player of the game, taking the Bravo flag and then just sitting, defending the Oaks off the spawn point push. You know, the ITF with this is struggling there a bit to try and take back that Bravo. I mean, they've been fighting for the last 3 minutes trying to get their Bravo flag, which they have. But no, 2-man flag down. But I see veteran sitting back there with 5 players in the Delta flag. That's a bit unseen in the limit.
Yeah, no, definitely. Some very strange plays coming in here that I've been seeing all night. But ultimately, I've got to give it to the veteran guys. I mean, they're obviously leaving the guys back in that just to catch those Oaks off guard when they do that, when they try to hit that little cheeky flank though. But I mean, overall, they're sending in, looks like they're sending in their strongest players in first in that, maybe about 4 or 5 of the Oaks in that, just to contend the flag in that, and then obviously just use those Oaks that are hanging back in that at the moment, just to use, or just as like a vital spawn point in that, just for the next generation or the next fleet of spawn-ins can just push their points again.
I see ITF going for the flank around. They're going to Delta, 3 players. Oh, no, their 1 player pulls off, he's going to Charlie. I was about to say they're going to have a rude awakening there on the Delta flag, but yeah, there goes the Charlie push. Nice. Oh, Delph's taking it.
Oh, the VTRN guys, see it, they're pushing back now. There's a supporting mid player coming in. Oh, rocket gun takes 1. Does it take the next one? Oh, using that. Oh, and he just misses with that rocket gun. Gets the revive, and now the push at Charlie. There go 3 rocket gun shots. That's him out with the ammo. Diamond coming in. Oh, using that distance of the med gun very well. What was that? Sir, what's that? What's that? Saragoti. Yes, sir. Thank you for that help. No, it's actually the Mondragon Storm that he used.
Okay, nice. Good push there.
Yeah, and the guy's back on Charlie and holding it flipping well. And there goes Diamond with the Incendiary. Well done, Swans. I feel that the ITF guys, I mean, oh, Cambridge, I wouldn't go down there, man. Is there enough people there?
ITF fighting on the Delta flag, taking it, but in the same time losing their Bravo and Charlie flag.
Yeah, they're not having guys hanging back like No Limit said. If you just have that one guy creating a spawn point for the squad, I mean, your whole squad can spawn on you, and where you were 1, you are 4 now. But at the moment, the guys are just, yeah, they're getting spawn trapped with one squad, and the squad spawning on each other.
Alright, well I think, yeah, there's a big fight going on in Bravo. Let's try and get some camera footage on that. I see 3 players from ITF going down on Bravo. The cap being stopped, but we've got 2 players just sitting outside there.
Swansea versus, and he gets dropped. I don't know if you've noticed, but not many Hell Regals being used anymore. A lot of the MP18s and the slip sliders and the sweepers, but Hell Regal, I think I've seen 1 or 2 kills.
Yeah,
Interesting to see.
Have a tactic on this, you know, rather they know they can get them middle distance engagement as opposed to the long distance.
I was gonna actually question. I was actually gonna question No Limits there. Do you think it could be to do with a bit of a nerf on the Hell Regal?
No, definitely. I mean, with half the iron sights missing at the moment, and definitely. I mean, I felt it feels like a little bit more recoil that was added to the weapon itself. But yeah, just overall, it just does not feel the same after the update, eh? But yeah, I think it's got a huge play, especially with the iron sights. I'm missing.
Oh yeah. But can I be honest with you? I'm not one to complain. I get my kill feed all the time, and it's always me on the end of that Hell Regal, and I despise it.
Well, I mean, I love the Hell Regal itself, but definitely what these oaks are, you see there's some oaks that are still using the Hell Regal.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely my go-to gun would have to be the MP18 trench. I mean, fantastic stability on the weapon, at least the iron sights on the stuff. And yeah, it's just
yeah, that's got one thing right.
If we just have a look at that, Kutza just taking on a veteran, just taking that B flag by himself. Now, hopefully can get 1 or 2 players just to spawn on him, just to help him contest that flag, and then obviously just keep the ITF boys away from their points.
Oh, their flag's getting dropped. I don't know what's happened.
ITF with the push here, but I see veteran have gone around on Bravo with the 2-man flank. But yeah, no Charlie flag hits. He's going down. I think let's try and see if we can get some camera footage on this. See if we can try and catch some of the sneaky flanks. I see Dylan Stevens. Oh, he goes down. Couldn't get able to get a few kill feeds from him there. I'm having a look here now. It's quite.
At the moment, we've got a cheeky flank here on the Bravo. 2 versus and well played by the VTRN guys, waiting for the guys to come in and just taking them out from all 4 angles. It's a bit difficult to track the guys in all the action. I mean, but a bit of a push on the Charlie, sorry, by the train track. The guys are trying to get Charlie back, the ITF, and I see Diamond is there with the Mets, using that long range one Dragon Storm to good use, just picking off players, and he gets dropped.
Oh, sweeper Dylan Stevens taking out Sir Louise there, but you see he's got the sniper roll here, just taking a little bit long down the scope there. But yeah, let's see if we can catch it.
Yeah, sorry, man. I actually wanted to ask. I see that they do use the sniper in the game. It's actually quite a valuable asset if you definitely want to take off guys with the flag from the railway line.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think if the sniper play, try and take a side angle. I mean, you've got veteran pushing on the Charlie flag direct head on. I think it would just be best that the guys maybe trying to snipe from the angle where that will be least contested.
Oh, Swansea in the thick of it. Look at that. Jeez. He takes 2 guys before he gets dropped. Well done. One with he gets the tags of Dragon Lee. And Bravo gets taken back. But obviously you can see the skill of the VTRN guys coming apart. They are basically double the score of the ITF guys. And it seems like if they can hold the game plan, it'll be an easy win.
No, for sure. 308 tickets versus 178. Veteran with the double flag cap here. I mean, I see them taking this, but this is conquest. You certainly can't just judge it on a 100-ticket lead.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I see there's that sniper roll back down. They're getting engaged with the support on Charlie, just offside the Charlie.
Okay, now we seem to ITF, yeah, busy. Yes, they've got a lot of players sitting back on their Bravo flag.
Yeah, I see the guys are the VTRN guys are pushing on the right of the Charlie and just outflanking them. Boogeyman with the flank on the right, But he must get watched out. They're going to get taken out from the back, and he does. Very well played by the VTRN guys. They know their map very well. Urban Berries just taking those out.
Just watching some of the gameplay here. I mean, Shooter McDaniel trying to compete on the Bravo flag.
Oof. Going for the res.
It's so difficult actually trying to play this type of map on the Bravo flag, you know, when they're closing those doors and you're trying to come from the outside. I see Shooter McDaniel busy going for the flank around. I want to see if we can get some footage on him.
And D. Ellis is just behind him.
There's a see. Oh, they are watching the hallway. McDaniel's taking some shots. He seems to have gotten his artillery grenade off, but our veteran have spotted this flank now. This is going to be a challenge. Yeah, they are busy smoking it up. They are lighting up those stairways. Like
D. Ellis is supporting her back. Shooter Dan D. Ellis is supporting back. Sorry there, Mad Dog. And see what happens now.
Oh,
two support plays. D. Ellis going for the second flank to the left. Let's see what happens here on D. Ellis. He's taking his time, checking his corners, going in from the right, and there we go. There could be interesting. Does he push? Does he push? And he's pushing Bravo now.
Oh, there's a good fight on Delta flag. There's a 4v3 here. Now I'll call it a 3v. Oh, down on that Delta flag. The 3 took out 4. 2v1. Veteran going for the triple cap, but just not succeeding there.
And Delta getting captured back. Yeah, there's some good moves here by the VTRN games, but I feel the ITF guys are doing well, just not finishing on their flanks. I mean, some very good flanks, but just some poor decision making there. I see the Devault was playing the support class, but laying on the floor just on the entrance of Bravo. Can't understand this. I mean, that's not a place where you want to be, laying on the floor in front of a door. I mean, you just get walked on and shot.
Now, to see here now, if no limits if you were between captaining the ITF base now, you know, you've got 100 more tickets till the loss. I mean, what would you do? What would you mix up? What would you change here?
Well, definitely, once again, I'm gonna... What's the name? I'll move directly off onto what I said earlier. I would not bunch up on a flag. I mean, even if the veterans, they've got about 4 or 5 different players capping a point, why not rather commit the same amount of players to push that flag and then get the rest of the Oaks to push it and then capture another point in it. I mean, they're just leaving easy pickings for the veteran judges to pick the point by point and then obviously have guys hold on another point in that. So definitely start utilising your flanks a little bit more and then just use the map to your advantage and just pick them off one by one, make that careful push and then just obviously that cheeky more flank to the rest of the squad to go push off onto the next point and go cap another point while you cap 1 point before then.
What James, would be your, how many players, just for interest's sake, I'd love to know from you, how many players would you leave back defending the flag?
Well, depending on how crucial the point is or the layout, let's say if I was in ITF's position, but just depending on the layout of the veteran Oaks and that, I mean, knowing that you've got 3 Oaks now contesting 3 Oaks towards C, but the majority of the fights happening down in D side now, where you've got actually 6 veteran players contending against 3 different ITF players, which will all go down now, so this is a definite veteran, or they've got 1 more player left, sorry. But I mean, I would leave at least 2 guys maximum on the flag. I mean, especially on a map like this. I mean, it's very small, there's only 3 capture points zone, unfortunately, but it's definitely at least 2 players on a point.
No, for sure. I was just thinking that maybe just 2 players back, just defending the flag, and then, trying to see from there what type of push you can do. But, veteran, pushing out double cap flag again, busy. You must be honest, veterans certainly keeping the Oaks busy on the defensive, ITF on the defensive. I mean, they're holding them back on this spawn point very well.
As we can see now, we've got some fantastic little plays now coming from the veteran Oaks. We've got 3 Oaks pushing ahead now towards the B flag, and that we've got both Dylan Stevens, Kondo and George ADP just leading that fight into that viewpoint now. We've got Naki from them, and we've got Toliot and Vielis going to go head to head against the boys. As we can see, Naki takes out George. Diamond taking out Corporate with that cheeky little knife.
Yes, they're getting really excited in the links.
I do apologize, guys.
Lass mich deine Wunden versorgen. Hier, erste Hilfe.
I'm worried about you there, you know. You got the black lung there.
Oh yeah. I feel like that hubby, you need to put some menthol in there, son.
Just had to clear out the passageways a little bit over there. I do apologize about that.
It seems like the guys from ITF just didn't have enough tonight. I mean, but good gun battles. I mean, let's be honest, guys, that was very exciting play. Bravo getting capped again. We could end with a triple cap or quad cap.
They're going for the triple cap. They're certainly going for it. They're doing a good push here. It's just now, let's just see if ITF can just, do some sort of counter here, get some more tickets just before the end of the game. Oh no, but Veteran are certainly running away with this game. I must say, their tactics. I thought it might have been something a bit different, seeing that them go on an all-infantry map only and seeing what they could do from there. But yeah, Veteran just proving they are a good team. They are the predominant team in tonight's show.
Oof, Dan Stevenson going 42 and 9. Urban Bori going 45 and 20 and 12. And Obi's going 35 and 16. Some big plays. And on the ITF guys, we got Sue Lewis 25 and 14. What's it? Swace 35 and 22 or 31 and 22. Doing a bit of work with their kill death ratio.
Yeah, no,
well, definitely. Yeah, and definitely you've got to give it up to the veterans tonight. I mean, some fantastic gameplay. I mean, they just knew exactly what they were in for. They knew exactly how to control the maps. And they came here to do one thing, guys, and that's just to drop that leg and show the boys who's more dominant.
Well put, well put.
No, the guys, the VTRN guys played an exceptional game. We could see they have some serious tank skills. And quite frankly, I can't understand how these guys are at the bottom of the log. I mean, it must be quite a hectic Division 3, eh? I mean, geez, we've got some seriously skilled players here, and if they fighting for a relegation, it could be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I must say, I mean, for us going into Division 2 next season, if these are the bottom of the log teams fighting like this is certainly going to be something to look out and watch for.
Definitely, that's one of the questions I'm still asking myself. Do we actually go into Division 2, or we're actually going to contend into Division 3 and then work our way up the ranks?
I think we're going to have to play a seeding match to find out where we'll be placed, because the only reason we are not in the upper divisions is because we have less players. So I'm not 100% sure. There is I am in talks with the organizers to find out a bit more of what's going to go on and how it's going to work. So as soon as we get more information about that, we will notify you.
It doesn't seem like we might have a third map here. It seems like the I think it's the VTRN guys or the let me see who's this. Yeah, it's the ITF guys have had enough. It seems like they're jumping off. And yeah, let's do a bit of a recap on the game. I mean, No Limits, we know what ITF did wrong, but I feel that the VTRN guys could have actually capitalized and definitely done a bit more to actually drill the ITF guys. Or do you think they're just sitting back, just doing enough what they can?
I think they just came out here to do what they needed to do, and that was obviously capture that W. I mean, overall, I mean, I hope the ITF guys can look back on this map and just obviously just work on what they can see, their mistakes and everything. I mean, hopefully Stu was a fantastic cameraman tonight, like we always know him to be, especially on the domination front, though. But it'll be the first time for the conquest side. But I mean, obviously, just rotate around the map correctly. I mean, just see where their mistakes lie. And I mean, Veteran just capitalized off their mistakes and then just showed them exactly how the game should be played at the end of the day. I mean, so I take my hats off to them. And I was hoping for that MVP from Dew, but unfortunately letting me down tonight. So definitely going to go through to Stevens tonight. I mean, what's it?
Yeah,
Dan
Dan Stevenson going
phenomenal
40,
plays.
42 and 9.
42 and 9, that is insane.
Yeah, definitely. No, Mad Dog, on your side, I mean, can you see anything that you would take into the battlefield, something that you picked up that the guys were doing wrong, that you are definitely going to try not do in, say now, if you were playing a conquest map?
Yeah, I just have to go back and agree with what No Limit said. I definitely think that, you know, ITF were a good team, they really were, but I think that maybe they just overcommitted too much on the defense. I mean, like No Limits was saying, maybe just 2 men back on the flag. You know, if the guys see that there's a 4 or 5 man push, pull back off the flag, let guys spawn on them and then recontest the flag. But look, ITF are a good team. They actually played really well. I must give it to them. I mean, you
Definitely.
guys, I'm sure you agree, they played very well. It's just, I think the only thing that let them down was their tactics. I think their gameplay is solid. Their one-on-ones, their shooting, everything's solid. I just think the only thing they need to work on is just fine-tune those tactics.
100%, I agree.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if I say anything that what I picked up, and it was both, it happened in both maps. I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm going to be calling this move the McCullen. I saw so often, the medic would just run in with a syringe and not see anyone around him and try and go for the revive. Instead of trying to clear out the area, stand back, become a spawn point, and then go for the revive, I saw guys diving in for revives. I'm sorry, but I feel that's a little bit silly. You're causing 2 deaths, so it's 2 tickets, plus you're losing a spawn point. I feel that the guys need to just focus a little bit more on, if you're a medic, and I know I'm guilty, you get into that moment, you just want to be Rambo, dive in with an injection, give it a vitamin B injection, and hopefully he's up and running. But just step back a bit, see the situation, become the spawn point, and maybe just go in after the battle's done, get your guy up, then you've got an extra man with you.
You know? Rather go for the guy that, you know, you can jump 2 or 3 spawns on you, instead of just going in there with the syringe, reviving Oak, and then both of you getting taken out. I think that's well said, Greatman. You know, go for the spawning, go for the spawn point. Let the Oaks have somebody to spawn off.
I know. A guy in this stream right now, he often rages about it. I don't want to point names or tell fingers, but he knows that move quite well.
It's a pet hate.
But yeah, again, guys, I just want to say, I think for our first conquest, I feel we did well. There's always room for improvement. So if the viewers out there have stuck on that long, please drop comments, some likes. Let us know
let us know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, we are seriously up for just learning. It's just, I promise you, we're just learning as we go, learning what to do, what not to do, discussing the plans. It's exciting times right now. No Limits, I think you would agree with me.
100%, man. I really enjoyed everything here tonight. I mean, for the viewers, like Greatman said, if you guys can just drop us a few hints, maybe what we should change up or what we should talk about differently, that'll really help us out a lot. But I mean, it's always a great pleasure commentating besides you guys and just enjoying the atmosphere and watching 2 fantastic teams go head to head.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, I've seen what Scully and them do on their stream. You know, also with the viewers, if you have anyone particular you would like us to watch, just let us know in the stream, and then I'm sure old Stewie, our cameraman, will try and do his best to get on him and then see what he's doing, what effect he's having on the battlefield.
Definitely. Anyway, guys, from the Royal Esports commentating group, man, we thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Carl, Greatman, guys, fantastic always commentating with you guys, and Stu, thanks very much for the fantastic camera work that you always put us up with. And yeah, guys, thanks so much for the evening. I really appreciate it.
Sweet, but
No,
Yeah,
perfect.
thank you.
Thanks for being with you, man. Great.
Cool, man.
Thanks for having us, and then thanks for the strategic commentary on your side. Thanks
Oh, yeah,
to our
definitely.
main man, the cameraman, Stu. You know, bit
Stu.
camera shy, but he's always there to provide the footage. Thank you, Stewie.
anytime, guys, anytime.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.